It's a self-hatred thing. So if you hate yourself, you're gonna throw trash in your neighborhood. You're gonna fight with your brother. You're gonna shoot at him too if he make you mad enough. You will beat your woman because you hate yourself. You see what I'm saying? I don't hate myself, so I don't do none of that. I wouldn't dare point a gun at nobody, let alone a black man. I wouldn't dare point a gun at no woman, let alone a black woman. This is the mother of everybody.
Do you have a low self-esteem, last time?
Maybe.
Why is that?
Depends on what I'm comparing myself to.
How Eurocentrism affects the self-esteem of the black man or of the Negro, so-called Negro, right? Or how black people view themselves.
I just like how I'm interpreted as the Negro.
Yeah. I think it's a catchy.
You just find a random nigga and be like, this is the mindset of the Negro.
That sounds like some safari.
That shit funny as hell.
Have you ever felt pressure to fit into Eurocentric beauty standards growing up, and how did that shape you?
Not really. I didn't really grow up in a Eurocentric environment as far as looks, but as far as economics, education, definitely, but not as far as environment.
How do you think slavery and colonialism still influence black self-worth today?
It influences everything solely because the setup is, if you don't control your resources, so think about this, if you don't control resources, economics, your banking, housing, you don't control your military, you don't even control your history, right? Yeah. If you don't control these things, how can you have a direction on, say, or up or down, left or right? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. It controls everything, right? So even still today, people say racism isn't real, but the fact is, if racism isn't real, you got the AES right now. You got Yasimi Goida, Traore, and I forgot the other guy's name, but why are friends seeking to kill these guys for trying to be free of French colonialism rule, right? That's because Europe would be nothing without Africa. Most places wouldn't have half as much as they have without Africa. So while we being oppressed or arguing over racism, they dealing with it over there directly.
Yeah. Do you feel like black people are properly taught history in school, black history in school?
Hell no.
Why is that?
Troll.
Explain.
You're not taught properly about much of nothing. The science and the math are the closest thing to being correct, but you definitely can't learn real history. And you definitely can't learn real history because it's too many factors in the way. You have religion, you have, just social standards, period. If I tell you you're a bad person and I want you to be a bad person, I have to give you an image of a bad person. But if I tell you, hey, you come from royalty, you come from a people of power, then you start seeing yourself in a different light. Like I told you before, why I left religion alone. I realized I'm a black person in the world, and I have majority African DNA. If I got DNA over 300,000 years old, what the hell do I need a religion for?
So you think a religion has affected people, the way black people view themselves or how they treat themselves?
I think that everything it affects how everybody views everybody, right? Instead of being able to utilize your history, you try to, it's just like if I'm a black dude and I go to prison to survive, I converted to Islam, right? So after I converted to Islam, I don't wear G-Nikes no more. I'm not putting on forces. I got sandals on. I don't wear a jersey and shorts no more. I got on a thobe. You start conforming to the ideologies or whatever you perceive them to be. You can be a Muslim and just speak English, but you'd rather not do that. You start being like more Arab-like, because it's not only just a religion, it's Arab culture entwined in it. That's why a lot of times they look down on black Muslims, and I got that from black Muslims. I learned that from some old black Muslims. You see what I'm saying? And it's a it's a hard struggle. They almost look at you like you're not really a Muslim. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, not even just Islam, but Christianity too. You don't tell you that the first Bible and the books and these stories are told about black people in general. The first Bible comes from the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. These are the real Christians. We don't learn Christianity from them. We learn it from white people that told us about Christianity and Jesus is slavery. You see what I'm saying? So the whole history is skewed because they have ulterior motives. They finna commit some crime against you. They need you to be conformed. And the quickest way to do that is tell you God wants you to be here.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? God wants you to be enslaved.
Do you think black people love themselves today?
Yeah, I think they love themselves. I don't think that they love themselves the way they need to love themselves, right? If you're not taught how to love yourself, whatever love you show yourself is going to be incorrect. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I tell us we got history that's hundreds of thousands of years old. We never cling to none of that though. You see what I'm saying?
How can okay actually what is a low self-esteem look like? What does it look like in the black community?
I think low self-esteem is a mindset. I think it's a self-hatred thing. So if you hate yourself, you're gonna throw trash in your neighborhood. You're gonna fight with your brother. You're gonna shoot at him too if he make you mad enough. You will beat your woman because you hate yourself. You see what I'm saying? I don't hate myself, so I don't do none of that. I wouldn't dare point a gun at nobody, let alone a black man. I wouldn't dare point a gun at no woman, let alone a black woman. This is the mother of everybody. Wasn't nobody here before the black woman. So you see what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. You don't have pride in when you don't own nothing there. You're not doing business in the neighborhood that you live in. You have what? It's not yours. You know it. You see what I'm saying? See, think about these same brothers out here shooting and killing each other. If these brothers was finna go and manage a freaking job site where they gotta build housing for half their community, guess what? I ain't got time to shoot you today. I gotta shoot these nails in this wood. I gotta plumb, you see what I'm saying? I gotta lay foundation. I got stuff to do. When you're not contributing to building nothing, guess what you're doing? You're destroying stuff.
So you think the solution to counter someone with that negative mindset is contributing, is believing in that? Or how do you fix that low self-esteem?
How do you fix low self-esteem? The first thing is you need to take your children out of these education systems and these ideologies that they can't understand. You need to make it black and white. I don't raise my children necessarily with a religious foundation. I tell them that we've had morals before religion. That's the truth about being a black person or African. You have history before the religion. That's your power. You see what I'm saying? So until you know who you are, how can you interpret the world around you? You don't know what your position is. You don't know that before the Great Wall of China, you had great civilizations. You don't know that they had pyramids in West Africa before they had them in East Africa. Northeast Africa in particular, Kemet. You see what I'm saying? They don't tell you that when the king of Saudi Arabia got sick, he went to West Africa to be healed at one of our legendary hospitals. You don't know that, but it's not for you to know it. You see what I'm saying? So if somebody is controlling your education and they're not allowing you to know history about where your people come from, how can you know anything great about yourself when the only thing they limit you to is being a slave or being subservient or being a second or third or fourth class citizen? So that's the whole point. You got to change the mindset. You got to get the right teachings out here. Because I wasn't taught the right way. I was taught to be a Christian, Southern Baptist Christian. But my mindset now, it helps everybody, and everybody listen to me now. My family, older people look up to me. When you in your 20s and you got people in their 40s and 50s, like, man, bro, you deep. And they, whatever religion they believe in, they still be like, bro, you right. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I knew I was right.
If you had one piece of advice for someone who's dealing with a low self-esteem or ego issues, or a lack of self-worth, self-value, what would you tell them?
Learn your parents, your grandparents, your immediate family. Know the history of where your people come from, what they've done, and then use that to analyze yourself like I did. I didn't know up and down at one point, but learning my parents was the best way to learn who I was gonna be and who I am. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, that's deep. Yeah, learn your immediate self, which is your parents, grandparents.